Ready? Hi, everybody. Good morning. Meteorologist Scot Haney in the First Alert Forecast Center at Channel 3. Nice to see all of you on this bright Thursday morning, but it's a little chilly out there and it's a little windy, and that wind is going to be persistent through the day today. I'm going to get to the wind advisory in just a second, but in the meantime, I just want you to be careful that there is the potential for some black ice up in parts of northern Connecticut. We want to thank you so much for watching. This is the First Alert Weather Extra, and you can catch us right here on WFSB Plus. We are talking about the weather. You can find us on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, bringing you even more ways to stay ahead of the weather. Don't forget, we stream live weekdays at 8 a.m. and again at 9:30 p.m., giving you an in-depth look at your forecast to help you plan your day and week. So, again, be sure to join us every morning and evening on WFSB Plus for our First Alert Weather Extra. All right, let's talk about that drive. I've given you the red light this morning simply because I got so many emails from Shelton, from Naugatuck, from Simsbury, from Windsor. All of the weather watchers out there letting me know about some black ice this morning. So just be careful. The moisture from yesterday has had an opportunity to freeze up. I know the wind is out there doing the best job it can to dry things out, and it is succeeding. But nonetheless, we still had some residual moisture on the roadways this morning, thus leading to potential for some black ice. So just exercise caution, particularly up in northwest Connecticut, where our own Tyler Hughes was yesterday in Goshen. A little bit of snow there, so the roads might be a little trickier than the rest of the state. Wind advisory in effect for Hartford, Tolland, Wyndham, and Litchfield. We're expecting gusts today in excess of 40 miles an hour. The wind advisory starts at 10 and goes through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So that's a long duration wind advisory. Boy, it's been windy, and it's going to continue to be windy during the day today. We got to 44 degrees yesterday. Pretty remarkable, right? That's a pretty good looking number. But and we finally got a red tile on the calendar. After so many blue tiles below average temperatures, we actually were a little bit above average yesterday, but today we go right back down. We are achieving our high temperatures right now. A little bit earlier this morning, the numbers are going to be dropping through late morning, and then they'll hold steady through the day today in the low to mid 30s. First Alert Live Radar, the only live radar in Connecticut, scanning dry. There could be an occasional flurry during the day today, like a hallmark flurry. You'll see them streaming up through the real estate of New York State. Some of that might try to make its way into Connecticut during the day today, but it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. I was outside today broadcasting live on our Country Carpenter shed, and let me tell you, it was cold out there. I needed the heavy winter coat, the hat, the gloves, and you're going to need it during the day today, too, because the winds out there will make temperatures in the low 30s feel like they're between about 5 and 15 to 20 degrees. So bundle up. Let's take a look at First Alert Futurecast. It's tomorrow's weather today. A couple of blue spots around, not a big deal. And then tonight should be partly to mostly clear. Tomorrow looks like a lovely day in terms of sky conditions, but another chilly day with temperatures only topping out in the low 30s. And while it's breezy tomorrow, it's not as windy as it's going to be today. And breezy conditions will be with us for the foreseeable future. Now, watch what happens Saturday. Increasing clouds with some snow showers Saturday night into early Sunday morning. And that's what we're calling for, some snow showers on Sunday morning. It all depends on what model you believe. The European is a little bit more robust than the American model at this point, but they've been flipping back and forth. We're just going to have to wait and see. Just giving you the first alert that Sunday morning could be a little bit tricky with a coating. This is not a major storm by any means. Looks like the bulk of the precipitation stays to the south and east, but nonetheless, we could be dealing with some wintry precipitation Sunday morning in the form of snow showers. And that is the next big thing. This weekend, the colder air returns, especially for Sunday. Saturday, we're going for a high in the mid-30s, but Sunday, we're talking about temperatures only in the upper 20s, and it just gets worse for Monday. Brr. All right, so again, here's that comparison, the European model versus the American model. You've got the European model on the right, the American model on the left. There's not a lot of snow associated with the American model, but there is a little bit of snow associated with the European model. This is 7 a.m. Sunday morning. So again, just giving you that first alert that something's brewing for Sunday. Now, are you going to decorate today? Well, I don't know if you're going to want to do that, because those winds are going to be gusting 40 to 45 miles an hour, thus making you feel so much colder. But if you're on a ladder and 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts, it's not a good idea. So you might want to wait a little while, although I know Christmas is getting closer. I think Christmas Eve is 14 days away. Temperatures out there this morning, they have been dropping. They're in the low 30s now. 24 for Salisbury, 27 for Torrington, 33 for Brainerd, 33 for Meriden, 35 for New Haven, 36 for Groton. But you got to factor in a little bit of a breeze. Now, we have been up all morning compared to 24 hours ago, but you're going to notice now we're starting to trend downward a little bit compared to 24 hours ago in this 8 o'clock hour. We're down a degree in Waterbury and Danbury, 2 degrees in Salisbury, but the rest of the state is basically up. We're flat from where we were 24 hours ago, but you're going to start to see these numbers trending colder. The wind speed sustained. These are not gusts. These are sustained winds, 16 to 22 miles per hour. Let's check in with our wind gust. Whoa! Look at Bridgeport, a 41-mile-an-hour wind gust. And that'll be the trend throughout the day today. Those winds will be picking up. Those gusts will be picking up through the day today. Thus, those winds out there this morning make it feel like it's in the teens and low 20s. 25 for Chester, 25 for New Haven, but you've got 12 is the real feel in Salisbury, 15 is the real feel in Torrington, 19 in Waterbury and in Danbury, so bundle up. Here's the hour by hour in terms of the feels like. Yeah, teens, that's about it for inland Connecticut. And look at that sunshine in Rocky Hill as we take a look at the vantage point over the landscape there. Looks pretty, right? But don't be fooled. It's a little nippy out there. Now, the kids are going to be coming home to temperatures a little bit chillier than where they are right now. 31 to 34 is the spread with partial sunshine. So whether or not you're going to be outside for recess today, that's a teacher's call. A little too cold out there, I think, but you better bring your winter coats just in case. So here are your headlines. Blustery today with gusts 40-plus miles an hour. We're taking a look at colder with snow showers for Sunday. And then next week, we are trending milder by Wednesday. We're talking about a 38-degree high inland, 41 at the shoreline. So at least that's some good news. We'll get a little bit closer to the average high of 42. I think it's December 19th. The average goes to 40. All right, Futurecast, in terms of the feels like, let's check that out. This is 9 p.m. tonight, single digits and teens. And then tomorrow morning, single digits and teens, single digits and low tweens tomorrow morning at 8. And then during the day tomorrow, we're in the mid to upper 20s in terms of the real feel. So again, a colder trend once again taking over. Hope you enjoyed yesterday. Here's the hour-by-hour temperature trend for inland Connecticut. Notice the numbers stay steady at around 31 degrees today. And your hour-by-hour for the shoreline a little bit better with that northwesterly flow. So your forecast lows tonight dropping into the upper teens, low 20s, partly cloudy. It's going to be windy, and don't forget the wind making these temperatures feel oh so much colder. Your forecast highs for today, topping out in the upper 20s, low 30s, windy with flurries. The sun was up at 7:09, a beautiful sunrise. Sunsets at 4:20. And then here comes your 7-day forecast. We're talking about 33 degrees tomorrow, 35 degrees on Saturday, 29 on Sunday. Yeah, we go backwards. Snow showers expected Sunday morning, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're talking about some lovely sky conditions, but boy, it's going to be cold Monday, 25 degrees. That's the coldest of the next 7 with breezy conditions, making it feel even colder. 32 on Tuesday, Wednesday, 38 degrees and 41, so a little bit of moderation on Wednesday. And that's a check of your First Alert forecast. Again, we want to welcome you to First Alert Weather Extra, streaming right here on WFSB+. You can find us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV, bringing you even more ways to stay ahead of that weather. We stream every day at weekdays, 8 a.m. through and again at 9:30 p.m., giving you that in-depth look at your forecast to help you plan your day and your week. I want to thank you so much for joining us here. And we hope you have a great, safe, and healthy day. I'm Meteorologist Scot Haney in the First Alert Forecast Center. Any questions? shaney@wfsb.com. I'll get back to you almost immediately. All right, thanks again, guys. Have a great day.